Excellent!
Hey guys, welcome back to Paul's Hardware. Today I'm going to be doing an unboxing and overview of this 80 plus gold rated power supply from Fractal. This is the Tesla R2 800 watt. Starting off with a look at the front of the box, we can see the 80 plus gold logo amongst the other logos. As mentioned, that gives it an efficiency of 87, 90, and 87% at 20, 50, and 100% load. And usually manufacturers will need to use higher quality internal components in order to meet the 80 plus gold standards. So big reason why I got this particular power supply. It is also SLI and Crossfire certified, and I actually chose this one specifically to power a GTX 780, one of them to begin with, but I wanted to have headroom to power two of them, and I'm quite confident that this power supply could push two 780s. You also get a 3-year manufacturer warranty from Fractal, so that's nice to have. On the back of the box, we have your traditional marketing speak about clean, quiet, and efficient power, stylish and contemporary Scandinavian design. Also, of course, the 80 plus gold efficiency chart if you wanted a visual on that. You got a single 12-volt rail design, which is, again, a nice selling point of this power supply. Extra long 70-centimeter ATX 12-volt cable, so even in a taller case, you should have enough cable length there. And also they have a fan speed chart for the temperature-controlled 135mm ball-bearing fan, and a DC output power chart, of course. You can see here it has that 66 amp single 12-volt rail that can push up to 792 watts. You also have a white box inside the outer sleeve of the inner box. For accessories, you get a manual. It does manual type things. You get 4 screws. They're black for connecting the power supply to your case. 2 long Velcro straps, which are handy to have. I love Velcro. 5 zip ties. An AC power cable, of course, pretty standard there. And the power supply itself comes in a pouch, although I'm not doing a very good job of showing that. The power supply, speaking of, has a nice black housing. It's got the Fractal design logo on the side, and it's just 165 millimeters in length, which is pretty cool. That's shorter than most typical 800 watt power supplies. And I should mention this is a standard ATX form factor power supply. You can also see the 135 millimeter white ball bearing fan. That kind of keeps the black and white traditional Fractal color. So I'm using this in a Fractal Define R4 case, and I know it's going to match beautifully. The fan is also very quiet. I can vouch for that as well, since I've actually used this. Even up to like 50-60% fan speed, you can just barely hear it at all. FCC and power information on the other side. There's your power chart again, and 80 plus gold logo on the power supply itself. And hex grilling at the back, which I love because hex grilling is just about the best for exhaust and airflow. You also have an AC cable plug, of course, there at the back, and the on-off switch. On the top, you have an engraved Fractal snowflake, which I think also looks pretty cool. I did do a build with this power supply. If you guys are interested, you can check it out. And the Fractal snowflake, especially if you get some LED light going across it, looks really, really nice. And in case you also didn't notice, the housing of the power supply has kind of beveled edges around the sides, which also looks pretty cool. Non-modular cables at the back, as you can see. One of the downsides of this power supply, but that's one of the things they did to keep the price more reasonable. Also some additional hex ventilation there at the back, since this is kind of a shorter power supply. They wanted to make sure that you get plenty of ventilation for the innards. The cables are all sleeved quite nicely. It's not like cloth sleeving or anything like that, but you can see some of the cables, the inner cables on the sleeves are still their brightly colored colors as they are traditionally. They're going to peek through just a little bit, especially right up near the connectors. So maybe consider some extensions if you're really concerned about how the cables look. For the cables themselves, you get your standard ATX 20 or 24 pin. You get a single ATX 12 volt, that is the longer 70 centimeters. You get 4 PCI Express graphics or PEG connectors. All of those are 6+2 pin, so pretty much good for single or two-way graphics card configurations. 7 serial ATA connectors, only 2 4-pin Molex, but I found those are less and less frequently used, and you can always use splitters on them if you really need to. They do have the little squeeze to release plugs, which I love for Molex plugs that tend to get stuck a lot. And lastly, a single floppy connector. And that is going to wrap it up for this video, guys. Once again, this has been the Fractal Tesla R2 800 watt power supply. Thank you very much for watching. If you'd like to leave me some feedback, you can do a like or a dislike down here, or a comment in the comment section down below. We'll see you all in the next video.